Hi, Ivan here. Welcome to Ivan's Art Creation. In our last video, we talked about us being that tiny shark in that small tank and leaping away from that tank and landing, making a calculated landing on the right tank, a bigger tank where that tiny shark yourself can grow, where there's a great system, great community, great care, great communication, where you just flourish and you reach your potential. Have you ever asked yourself, and have you ever asked this question? It might be for a group, it might be for your future employer, or it might be someone that you're dating. What's your dreams? What are some of your goals? What is your vision? What are we talking about? You see, a leader's vision won't be fulfilled until he's content. And what does that mean? It's in his blood. It's in his heartbeat to fulfill that vision. So today I wanted to unravel that a little bit. What are we looking for as we leap and go into that tank? I think there's three main things to look for. I know there's probably hundreds of things, but I think the top three things that I will look for to make sure there's a system of cultivating, similar to a garden. We tend to cultivate to make sure that we're supportive, to make sure that we're there. I think number one is growth. I think there has to be a growth strategy, not only for the business, but for yourself, that you carve out time with whoever, your supervisor, whoever. So we're growing as a team. We're growing as a project. I think that's number one. Number two, I also believe that having great communication, without communication, there's really nothing. In this day and age where we're sitting in meetings, looking at our screens, I think communication is so important via phone, via computer, or in person. Communication, we yearn to be communicated. Third, but definitely not least, having an inspiring leader, one that motivates, inspires, and believes in his vision. So that way you grow and you tend to cultivate. I think those are the three ingredients: growth, communication, and having an inspiring leader. Brené Brown wrote a book, Dare to Lead. And in her book, she talks about the power dynamics, the system, the structure, how it's set up. And a lot of these structures and where we are right now, it's set up so a system that looks kind of like this, the pyramid structure. And what tends to happen is the leader controls power, pushes on the people, and people are just there being responsive, not really building a culture. You're pushing, you're lording over your people. So Brené Brown talks about a leader that hoards, that fears, lives in scarcity. And what does it look like when we flip that system, that structure? I think we get a more beautiful system, one that has growth, one that has communication, one that has an inspiring leader, because now we have a system where the leader is supporting his people. People are inspired. There's a platform. There's a system. There's cultivation. There's something happening in there where the people are being served by a leader that cares, that builds community, that communication. The Gallup organization, one of the global companies that consults, talks to leaders and employees. What influences people to leave an organization? You know what they found out? And many of you know this. It's not the companies, it's the managers. they leave, not companies. So we got to look at ourselves and examine and ask that question. As you're coming in and you're leaping out of that tank, ask that question. What is your vision? What are some of your goals? What inspires you? What are some of your dreams? Because if they have the right system that talks about growth, that talks about communication, that talks about inspiring, motivating, and being there for you, that builds a platform, supports you, system, we're building tree that bears these juicy fruits. And we keep doing that. We can scale it and think of a bigger picture. A tree, a plum tree, where the leader serves his people, builds community, grows by listening, not by dividing, by communicating, not by growing in darkness, where it inspires and not demotes or belittles. I'm talking about a pyramid that we flip the structure and we serve our people. That's what I'm talking about today. So when you ask that question, make sure you listen, make sure you take notes and ask yourself, do I want to be part of that vision? Am I going to be that bigger shark a year, maybe 5 years from today? Or maybe that's not the right environment for you or for anyone. As you leap, make sure you ask those questions. Thank you. I hope you have a great day. Always be thirsty and hungry for leadership, knowledge, more growth, communication, and for energy. Until next one, thank you.